Hi, and thank you for joining me once again for CMC Markets Trend Tracker series. Today I'll be covering three currency pairs, the Aussie dollar, the dollar yen, and cable or pound sterling versus US exchange rate. Now, these three currency pairs have been front and center on traders' minds for the last few weeks. They continue to trend strongly, apart from the Aussie. We had a bit of a roller coaster ride on the Aussie. I believe they're going to be front and centre on our minds as traders going forward. So let's dive straight into the Aussie-US currency pair. We can see on this daily chart here, the Aussie, as I mentioned, had a roller coaster ride last week, or last few weeks to be honest. It's been trading within 63.60, 65.20 range. We had the FOMC decision last week and the Fed left Fed fund rates unchanged. However, they did leave the door open for another rate hike, possibly this year in 2023. And so we did see US long yields, bond yields, rise. So the US dollar's been fairly strong over the last few weeks, especially last week. And the Aussie's failed any rallies. You see around about 65 cents. It's tended to meet some very strong sellers. And this week, the week ahead, central banks are data watching. The Federal Reserve is on hold, as I mentioned, but they will be watching data. So you've got durable goods, you've got GDP coming out for the States this week, and core PC price index, one of the Federal Reserve's favourite inflation measures. And in Australia, we have that all-important on Wednesday monthly CPI. That's expected to tick a little bit higher, and retail sales on Thursday. So they're key economic data events going forward, whilst you're trading that range that we've been in for the past few weeks. The dollar-yen chart is a little bit different. Very powerful uptrend in place here. As you can see, that uptrend's been in place since end of March. That brown uptrend line there on my chart. You've got 20 EMA in yellow, above 50 EMA. Very strong, powerful uptrend in place. And the EMAs are diverging. Now, both the Federal Reserve last week and the Bank of Japan left interest rates unchanged. So traders resumed buying dollar yen. Actually, they did. And you would have liked to have seen a pullback to the 20 EMA. We didn't get it. We got close. So this is the reason why I use these EMAs. They act as very good support and resistance levels going forwards. And this week, be alert also as dollar yen gets close to 150. It's currently around 148, just above there. So as we move towards 150, will there be any intervention talk from the Ministry of Finance or Bank of Japan? If so, how strong will that be? And keep an eye on potential movements or pullbacks in dollar yen. Other than that, we've got that US data to focus on. But there are levels on the chart there. I can see the levels there on the downside. 147, 10, 15 is your 20 EMA, and then 145.20 support as well. The 50 EMA followed very closely by the 144.80. So this is a market where you've got a very strong trend and it's attracting buyers on any kind of dip. And the last currency pair that I'm looking at today is the cable, or pound sterling versus US. Now you can see here the sterling sell-off continued very aggressively last week. The Bank of England left interest rates unchanged. Bit of a surprise. And prior to that, the day prior to their meeting, we had softer than expected UK CPI. So the sterling really lost a lot of ground there. And this is currency pair here. You got the sterling versus US. As we know, US yields went the other way. US yields pushed higher. So you've got a bit of a double whammy effect there, weighing very heavily on sterling versus US. And in fact, most are in sterling crosses anyway. What we can see here is that, the trend's down. For trend traders, follow the trend. And bounces are most likely to be sold into, bounces towards that 20 and 50 EMA, but also the top of that trend channel, which comes in around about 125, the figure in cable chart. For those of you who are looking for a contrarian trade, well, look at the RSI down below. It is in oversold territory. You probably need to wait until prices move back on the RSI above that 20% mark to receive a buy signal. But for now, it is firmly a very strong downtrend in the cable. And what else to watch out for this week, apart from US data, is UK GDP, but not so much UK GDP. We know the Bank of England is on hold, So the focus and attention remains on US yields. So that's it. There you have it. That's my analysis for today across these three currency pairs. Thank you for watching. If you like the content and video, please subscribe below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.